Hey, it's Ray with Sober Without God, and welcome to Saturday Book Review. Today we're looking at the Stuart Woods book. It is number 7 in the Stone Barrington series, Cold Paradise. And I've been doing these books as a guilty little pleasure. They're about a detective slash lawyer, former former New York uh, police officer named Stone Barrington, who turns into a lawyer who is now kind of a private detective who doesn't really have much of an idea of what he does because he runs from LA to New York to Malibu, where he is in this novel, um, all the way across the country, living the high life, meeting beautiful women, being a dog, and doing whatever the heck he wants to solve crimes and get mixed up with strange, mysterious, beautiful women and very mean men, and justifying his actions and beliefs with a very temperate moral scale. So Stone Barrington is kind of like James Bond, dollar store James Bond, with a failing moral compass that changes every single book. In one book, it's not right to sleep with a widow. In the next book, yeah, sleep with all the widows you want. So in Cold Paradise, we are reunited with Allison from book two, who was in for book three, Dead in the Water. And she is back, and he discovers her in a restaurant in Palm Beach. And he sees her across the room, and he's like, oh my goodness, that's the woman I got off for murder. And we played it off like she was dead, and she needs his help again. Actually, he finds out that the billionaire software guy falls in love with her at a party, and he wants him to find out who she is. And she finds out that it's really her, and she's now going by Liz because she is trying to fly under the radar because she's supposed to be dead. But now he finds her, and she's in trouble because her husband, who's supposed to be dead and she's supposed to be dead, he's after her and looking for her to try to get some kind of revenge. And it goes back and forth like that through a lot of the same novel. Um, Stone has a new love interest in this book, and her name is Cassie, Cassie, and she runs the whole system for this guy, this millionaire in this novel. And Stuart Woods, God rest his soul. This book was written in 2002. Stuart Woods, not once, but twice, brings up the idea of a Callie. Sorry, her name is Callie. Brings up the idea of a threesome between Callie and Liz, the woman from book three. And they're both like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Stone. And Stone's like, no, I just don't think I could imagine a threesome between Callie, and I don't want anyone else touching you. And he brings it up again. And what happens? Nothing. Because he doesn't even bring it up even like a third time. Just doesn't bring it up the third time. He just leaves it out there for the reader to wonder about. So thanks, Stuart Woods, for leaving us hanging. But I'm sure it'll be back in the next book. What's also interesting is all these books are dated. This, like I said, this was written in 2002, and here they are in lovely Palm Beach, and Callie's given a trip through town and says, "Thought I'd give you a little tour on the way to the house. That's Mar-a-Lago over there, the home of Marjorie Merriweather Post, now owned by the awful Donald Trump. He's turned it into a club." So there are some decent quotes throughout the book. Um, and Stone has a very interesting conversation with Dino, and Stone has met this woman Callie for what 2-3 weeks. That's it, tops. And he's like, I'm thinking I'll get married, and I think it would be wonderful to be married to her. And Dino's like, are you crazy? You just met her, and every woman you decide you're going to marry, you end up getting her almost killed, or you almost get killed. And everybody who gets divorced goes temporarily crazy. Anyway, And so they have a little interesting conversation. It's a little bit of insight into Stone's character. There's a couple of shootouts, and the mob boss gets involved that we all know and love. And Dolce makes an appearance once again, and he keeps recycling his characters over and over again. And I am giving myself until the 10th book of the Stone Barrington series, and he can't do any better than this. I'm just going to have to move on to another author. I am listening on audiobook to the book that made him famous, which is a book called Chiefs, and it is extremely well written. And when I get done with that, I'm going to do a book review on Chiefs. But this book, 1.5 out of 5, 1.5 stones out of 5 Stone Barringtons. It was okay. It was readable. Finished it in the spared time I had over a 2-day period. So um, it was okay. There was some good action in it and some decent one-liners. But if he doesn't start building up some better storylines and some new people, then I'm just going to bail on it. And reading the reviews on Goodreads, I saw other people say the same thing too. Hey, it's a good novel for a one-off if you want to read it by the pool or on the beach or whatever. But as a series, it's just not. It doesn't have any standing value. So I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.